Alrighty, this is problem set number 8, and for the first one, you are given segments, and it tells you that CE is 10, ED is 6, AE is 4, and you want to find EB. So 10 times 6 is equal to 4 times x. That's going to give you 15 once you solve for x. Number 2 is another feature concept, which I think you should be able to get. You have a quarter circle, and you're going to rotate it about the y-axis. So you're going to rotate across this right here. So if you rotate this little quarter circle, and you want to find the 3D shape of it, well, what happens is that you're going to get this thing right here. And what is that? It's just a hemisphere. It's not going to be a full it's not going to be a full sphere. In order for it to be a full sphere, you need a semicircle. But since you're getting given a quarter of a circle, then it's just this thing right here, like that. 3 is another geometry concept, and you want to find out what two-dimensional cross-section that is perpendicular to the base from the prism. So the base is a hexagon, and if I were to look at something perpendicular to it, I am going to, let's say, cut this in half, like this, because it's perpendicular to it. If you were to cut it apart and look at the shape, you're going to realize that it's going to look like a rectangle. Now, why does this work? Well, if you were to look at this, notice it's a rectangle. 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 So perpendicular to it, it's a rectangle. Now, if you were asked parallel to the base, then if I were to cut it parallel like this right here, then you're going to see that the shape is going to be a hexagon. Number 4, which function does not have a domain of all real numbers? So A is an exponential function, B is a rational function, C is an absolute value function, and D is a trig function that we haven't really learned yet. But knowing context clues and what we have learned about rational functions, we know that for B, it's going to be undefined at +3. So that's why our answer here is B. We don't necessarily know what the sine function looks like at this point right now, but if you were to graph this on Desmos, you're going to see that it's going to look something like this. Number 5, you're given this function, t to the x, 2x, and x squared, and you want to list the average rate of change in the long run from least to greatest. Okay, obviously we know that a linear function will have the smallest rate of change, then a quadratic function, then an exponential function, because with an exponential function, it increases the fastest. So you should have 2x, then x squared, then 2 to the x. This right here is problem set number 8.